Hey guys, I'm Nora. I'm a also junior, senior person at UOP, and I'm a computer science major. And today I'm going to talk about visual effects in Unity, and short for that is VFX. And what you can do with this is basically make the games that you make in Unity look more polished. So your first thought might be, why you pick Unity? There's lots of game engines that you can choose from. I chose Unity because it's free, and my other options were like Unreal Engine and stuff, and I just wanted the free one. And I also spend a lot of time watching Markiplier play 3 scary games, and like 90% of them are made with Unity, so I just went for that. And it took me like 5 minutes to install it, and like 30 minutes to get my first project like up and running as it should be. And there's a lot of options for like different modules for your platform, and so if you want to make a web-based game, that's supported, a phone game, that's supported. So yeah, and I linked it right there if you guys want to also download it. The other really awesome reason to use Unity over other engines is that Learn tab that I linked right there. There's just official resources everywhere, so if you want to learn something, there's a free tutorial for it. So yeah, that was really cool. So a little bit about VFX. It might sound fancy, but all it is like these computer-generated effects to make things really pop in your games. So like the fire that I have there, rain or mist, that might be an environmental effect. So you can make weather happen in your games without having to like really get a serious graphic thing going. It's just one of these little effects. And you can also have gameplay effects to draw attention to things that the user might do. So right there, like let's say the user drove through that hoop and you want to really show that it was a big accomplishment, so you put confetti around it. That would be a visual particle effect. So now I'm going to go to my Unity tab. Here, don't mind me. Yeah, it's kind of dark and kind of small, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to make it snow in your game. So I have this little fire pit here that I made like as practice. And let's say you wanted to make snowfall over the scene. All you would have to do is like right click right here, and then I'm going to go to effects, and then I'm going to say add a particle system. And all that is like a pre-made, so you can see it right there, that's the default. There's particles coming out from some kind of like focus spot, and I can really do a lot to change up these particles. So the first problem that I see is they're going upwards, and I said I wanted snow, so I'm going to change the position, and I'm going to make it this instead. And that's where I want it, but it's still upside down. So I'm going to change this -90 to just be regular 90. And yeah, it looks a lot more like snowing over my fire. The next problem is it's going a little bit faster than I want it to be. Over here you can see there's like a lot of stuff you can change about this effect that I made. And this part is called your inspector. And everything in here is just you're going to be using this, you'll have the selected game object, and then you can just change anything you want about it, just about. So first I think I'm going to make it fall a little bit slower, so I'm going to change the start speed. I know it's super small, yeah, sorry about that. So now it's falling a lot slower, but it's disappearing pretty quickly. So I'm going to change the start lifetime to 10, and that looks nicer. Also notice that this 10 is the same as the 10 position up here. Yeah, that is no coincidence. And I think I'm also going to change the size of it, because since they're snowflakes, they're kind of big for snowflakes, so I'm going to make them smaller. And yeah, that looks a lot more like snow to me. I think I'll also change where is it? They seem to be falling in like a triangle. So you can change that. You can make it into like a box that they're falling from instead. So I'm going to go to down here. There's a shape tab. I'll just click it and then make it a box instead. And that box is a lot smaller than I wanted, so you can change that too. And just make it and a 1. All right, and that looks like snow. Lastly, I do have a like pre-made snowflake picture that I'll use for it. I just happen to have gotten that from the tutorial. You can do whatever you want with that. If I can find it. There we go. And then I'm just going to pick it from the assets folder, which is down here. And in here is like your file system, like where your project is. If you got a project from the internet, there's all kinds of stuff in here for you to mess around with. Like, I can't even stress this enough. It's super, super helpful, and they're really supportive of like new users. So I open that folder, and I'm gonna find, yeah, I want that one. And now when I run it might take a minute, because this is just a preview. You can do a lot in here. You can change your view, but I don't want to mess it up, so I'm not going to touch it. But if you have a regular like computer mouse instead of a trackpad, it's like really cool to mess around in here. So if I run it, it's going to wait a second. And then I have this fire, and then there's snow over it, and I can move around as if I was the user. Yeah, but I don't have my mouse again, so it's a little awkward. But yeah, this is what it would look like if I was going to publish this game with my visual effects, with my pink fire that I made and my snowflakes that I just showed you guys how to make. And this is like super, super important if you're going to make a professional looking game on your own, because just having that snow on there makes it look like way cooler than it actually is, right? This is just a little fireplace with some snow over it. It's not that extensive. I didn't put anything to make this, but it really just makes it look really professional, and yeah. So if you guys like want to learn anything else about Unity, you could probably find tutorials online. Over here, there's lots of things you can change. So let's say you guys wanted the snow to be green instead of white. You can change that. And then over here, you can select any of these objects and change them. So just because I chose snow, you can change anything on here. So yeah, I just think it's a super user-friendly way to like get going on game development, and that's it.
Any questions?
Yeah, any questions? Come on, nothing.